Welcome back. Omar Martin here, along with my beautiful wife,
Melinda Martin.
and in this video we're going to have a lot of fun because actually this is probably going to be the most exciting one for you because we're going to show you how we quickly, in a matter of just a few clicks, insert an entire membership site, and without having to go through the creation of all the pages and all that stuff, because they're already in there. Now, what we're not going to do in this video is we're not going to configure the whole thing because there's an infinite amount of settings. You can select your colors, your font sizes, you can add pages, remove pages, you can do all kinds of stuff with your particular website. But what we've done here is we've created something. We found out a long time ago, just because of necessity that we had to build membership sites all the time, that it was a pain in the ass to have to make. Yeah, it would take a couple days at least each time, and you were the one that used to build them.
Yep.
So every single time you'd have to make error pages, legal pages, content pages, all of that stuff, and we were, for the most part, recreating the same things. Like, how many times did you have to type that same FAQ page? Because a lot of the information stays the same. So we realized that it would save us a lot of time to just create one generic site, a membership site, and then clone it. So we would have a skeleton to start with every single time that we would be creating a membership site. And then all we had to do was flesh it out with the new colors, the new logo, and put in the new content, essentially. And it would save us a bunch of time. Now, after a while of doing that, people started asking, well, hey, where can I get that website that you're using? And we don't sell the skeleton because it's really just a collection of settings, right? It's just our optimized press settings. It's our wish list settings. It's the way we've configured somebody else's product, really. So I don't really feel right selling that skeleton. So what we do is we give it away as a bonus when you buy a product that we're promoting. So it's not really like selling it. And beneath this video, wherever you're watching this, there'll be some information about how you can get this skeleton. But essentially in this video, I just want to show you how quick and easy it is. And there's a couple of things that you're going to need. Well, obviously, you're going to need your own, this is going to be the tool that we use to install it, but you're going to need a domain. We're going to use memberjolt.com. As you can see, there's nothing on this domain. So at the time that I'm recording this, if you refresh at memberjolt.com, there's nothing there. As a matter of fact, even when you're, later on, if you try to go to MemberJolt yourself, you might not see anything there because I'm just using this domain here for this example. But at this moment, there's nothing on here. We deleted the website that was on here. There's nothing on this domain. And we're going to install WordPress on here from scratch. Now, a couple things that you will need. This is a plugin that we use. It's called WP Clone. It is free. And this is what we use to install. Now, I recommend that you watch this. It's basically a backup and restore website. So a backup and restore plugin. So essentially what we do is we back up our entire website and then we reinstall it. And you can reinstall it as many times as you want. But we created a membership site in a generic state, and then we back it up, and then we use that backup file to reinstall it. Okay, now, the thing with this is, once it's installed, it already has optimized press and it already has wish list, right? But you're going to need to insert your own key. So you need to have a license for wish list and you need to have a license for optimized press. So just because you're using our clone does not mean that you'll be able to use that you don't have to buy wishlist or that you don't have to buy optimized press. When you get to that part, you're going to see that it says you must insert the wishlist key to continue, or you must insert your API key for optimized press to continue. So this is a really cool shortcut that you're about to learn, and let's just go ahead and do it. All right. So first thing we need to do is make sure that we have a fresh WordPress install. Now, if you don't start with a fresh WordPress install, I'm going to go to my cPanel right now for this domain. If you don't start with a fresh WordPress install, I am going to warn you right now. Doing this process will erase anything that you have on the domain, okay? Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and log myself in to cPanel for this domain, and what we're going to do is just install WordPress. We'll come right over here into the Subtaculous Center. So we're going to go ahead and do a brand new WordPress install, okay? And I'm not going to put it in any directory. I just want it to be in the root. I am going to change my admin password. Just going to make it Omar and Omar. I would never use a password that's so simple. Obviously, this is just for the purpose of this video. For advanced options, I am choosing to name my the prefix for my database. I'm going to change it to Scal. And we're just going to email the details of the installation to ourselves and just click install. Hopefully this will install our website and we'll see a brand new WordPress right at the root. And I'm obviously not going to tweet about it, but let's go now to the website, memberjolt.com, and let's see if we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to just go to memberjolt.com and it says contact your webmaster. Well, then let's go to standby. Memberjolt.com. And here we go. Okay, so we're good to go. It's just got the default WordPress blog on here. Now, if we log into WordPress, which is what we need to do, we just do that by going to WP admin like this. And now we just log in with that crappy username and password that we created. And as soon as I'm in, I'll see the WordPress dashboard. Okay, so this is a brand new empty WordPress. Now it's telling me that there is an update. Let's see what it wants me to update. It wants me to update Akismet. So let's go ahead and update Akismet just for the purpose of updating. Okay, so this is a empty WordPress installation, brand new installation. Here's why it's important that you do it this way. If you choose to deploy a cloned website onto an existing WordPress site, everything on that site will be erased. It will remove everything. So don't say I didn't warn you. Here's how we go ahead and we insert it. How we deploy the clone. Okay, check this out. We're going to go over to plugins and we're going to add a new plugin, and that plugin is called WP Clone. And here it is, WP Clone by WP Academy. I'm going to install it and I'm going to activate it just like that. Okay, and this is it now right here. Okay, now if we come over here, you'll see WP Clone on the left hand side, and all we need to do is tick off restore from URL, and you're going to need to paste in your skeleton URL. Okay, now you can get one of these, find out how you can get one below this video or somewhere on the site here. You'll be able to see how you can get one. Now, we changed this. We have this on a rotator. So our URL for this changes all the time. But let me see if I did this right. Yes, I did do it right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab this URL. Let me cancel that. Let me go ahead and go back to my installation here. I'm going to paste this here. This should work. And I'm going to just click restore from the URL. And it's going to ask you to agree that, you know, there's nothing of value on this site and blah, 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 because, again, like I said, it will erase everything. Okay, so let's see if this works properly for us. It might take, depending on your internet connection or whatever, it might take a while. Let's see how long it takes for us. Okay, so it took quite a bit of time there. I mean, it probably took about at least 2 minutes or so. So give it some time, and it's you know, it eventually will be done. But one of the first things that you need to do, okay, is go and reset your permalink structure. So a few steps here that you're going to need to know. If it asks you to update the database, that's fine. Just make sure you go over and you log in. Now, you got to go and change these permalinks. That's the first thing you need to do. But remember, you had a username and password. We created a username and password for the site. That has now changed. Remember, I said everything is erased. And when I said everything, I meant everything. All the users, everything. So now, to log in, using your skeleton, you're going to use this username and password. Site owner, capital S and capital O, and site owner. okay, for the password. So this same exact username and password. Log in. I'm not going to save this, but here we are. Okay, so now right away you're going to see that it says there's a problem with your optimized press API key. Yeah, the problem is you haven't entered yours yet. Okay, make sure that your permalink structure is set to post name. Okay, like this right here, custom structure post name. Okay, and then you're good to go. Okay, save changes, and that's it. So now some very important things need to happen here, and the first of them, let's go and check that all our pages are here. Okay, so remember we had an empty site. Well, look at this. Now you've got 29 pages, all your error pages, everything is already here. If we were to go and just open up this site now on another tab, let's go to memberjolt.com/home. Take a look at this. Okay, so now it's saying WLM first name here because we're not logged in as a user. There's a couple of little things here that are missing. We're missing these images here, and that could be an issue. Okay, that could be an issue. So let's go through these pages. Sometimes if the install doesn't, if the clone doesn't deploy properly, you might have broken images and things like that. These right here, this really isn't that big of a deal. This is where your picture goes. This is where your signature goes. So those are easy to replace. But let's go look through and make sure that we don't have like any major images missing. And again, these are all placeholder images anyway. Okay, here's the audio bonus page for downloading audio. Here's the main ebook page, training material. So this is a fully fledged membership site. Video modules. You've got a module page 1 with download material underneath. Obviously, you'd have to insert your own videos here. That's where the video would go. Let's go back to the video module page. Let's check video module page 2. So it seems like the video placeholders that we had are not there. That's fine. Easy to replace. Consultation page. Help page, all of this stuff, it's already been created. Now naturally you'd have to insert your site name. You'd have to now go and replace your logo. You can go and select your colors for your header and your footer. But all of the legal pages, look at this down here, all of your terms, all of the anti-spam earnings page, all the disclaimers, all this stuff is here. I am not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one. You need to consult with your legal counsel and make sure that these terms and these conditions and these things that we're providing these here as a guide. You need to go and, make sure that these suit your own business. But this entire membership site is already here. Now, what you've got to do, though, is you've got to go and change and make your own settings for it, right? So let's start by getting rid of that very vulnerable user account. So we're going to go over here to users, and you're going to notice that you don't just have the site owner account, but you also have silver, gold, free, and bronze. So we've already created membership levels on this thing because you've already noticed wish list members are already in here, but it's requiring your own wish list API key, your own wishlist key, and your own wishlist email. So if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to access any of these settings, okay? But we've already created levels for you. They already exist, but you're not going to be able to modify anything unless you install your key, because obviously you need to buy your own version of wishlist. Let's just make sure that this account, let's go to the user account, and notice this is the administrator account. Okay, so here's the process that you need to follow. You're going to need to delete this site owner account because this site owner account makes your website vulnerable. You're not the only person that's watched this training video about how to use the skeleton, which means that anybody else that has this skeleton knows that there is an account called site owner and that it is an admin account. So that means that you should delete this account. However, when you're logged in as site owner, you can't delete the site owner account. So we need to go through a process here, and that process begins by you creating your own account. Never ever create an account called admin, okay? Because that also makes your site vulnerable, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a password here. I'm going to, and once again, it's for the purpose of this video. So I am going to create one that is semi-strong, but again, it's one that I'm going to, actually, no, I'm going to make one that's a little bit more accurate. Yes, so this is going to be my...
oh, gosh.
This is going to be my temporary password, okay? It's still considered a weak password, but I'm just copying this. And I'm going to make myself a administrator, okay? And I'm going to add this user. Okay, so now that I am an administrator as a different user, I can log out as me, as site owner, log out, and I can log in as Omar, use my new password that I had already copied, log in. Now I can go back to users. Don't worry about this. Again, this is the Optimized Press API key warning. You've got to insert your own API key. So don't worry about that for now. Let's take care of this user thing. I'm going to go over to users. And now that I'm logged in as Omar Martin and I am an administrator, I can delete the site owner user. Okay. Now, very, very, very important. When you delete the site owner, you've got to attribute all content to the new account that you just created, the Omar Martin account. This is very important. Confirm the deletion after you've done that, and now you're good. So all the admin settings that I had done under site owner have now been transferred to you, and you have the ability to edit them as the new administrator, and this is now your website. A couple of quick basic settings that I usually do before I move on from here is I'll go over to appearance, and I'll go over to, no, I'm sorry, it's reading, right? So it would be, is it settings? Yeah, settings and general. And this is where you can change your site name, your slogan, so whatever your product name is going to be, so you would put that in here. You would put in your slogan, because the clone just comes with some generic text here that says your site name and your awesome slogan, and you're going to want to go then and edit all that stuff, all of your pages. Now let's look at these plugins here that it says are out of date. Akismet, Hello Dolly, WP Clone happens to be out of date, so you can update that. You can, now you work the site as you would any other site. Update Akismet, Hello Dolly, just delete it. I have absolutely no idea why they still do that, why they still put that in there. But, now you can go and treat the site as if it's your own site. You're going to want to go over to Wishlist Member, like I just showed you. Go to the dashboard, paste in your wishlist key and your wishlist email. You're going to want to go over to Optimize Press right here. Go to the dashboard, and you're going to want to enter your Optimize Press key. Where do we do that? If we go down, it should be right here. There it is. And you paste in your key right there, and then you save. And now, once you've done that, you'll be able to edit all your pages and save all your new pages. You'll be able to use the live editor and stuff like that. Right now, it'll let you open the live editor and let you do some things, but it'll be very limited and it won't work properly, and you'll be like, what's going on? And the reason is that every single time that you try saving or try doing certain things with Optimize Press, it checks to see if you have a valid API key listed, and if it doesn't find one, it doesn't do that function that you're trying to do. So even though it might look like you're able to use Optimize Press and Wishlist somewhat, you need to insert your license. But the site itself, as you can see, it's all there. All the pages, everything, this is so quick to do. And once you have an account, obviously it'll have your name here and all that. So right now, if we go and we get again Wishlist, Optimize, our keys aren't in there, so things aren't appearing properly and working properly here because we haven't. We like right here, it still has the variable for where our names would be and all that, and that's because Wishlist Member, that is the program, that is the tool that puts in the name and puts in the email and does all that stuff and replaces all these variables here. That plugin has not been configured yet. It hasn't been activated even. So you've got to go and do that. So this is our way of, and if you notice, this is what our sites look like, right? So if I were to open, I don't know, Content Nitrous, let's go to Content Nitrous and go to the homepage of Content Nitrous and log in. You can see inside of the website when we built Content Nitrous. All right, let me just go tab by tab. Look at this tab, and then look at this one. All right, so you see how we started with the clone, and you can do this with any one of our websites, and you'll be like, holy cow, it looks almost identical. Yeah, because we started with the same website, and then we just went and we changed the colors of the header. We changed the, it's just become so much easier to modify and edit your website when all your pages are already there. You can add pages, you can delete pages. Like, for example, this product had plugins, so we added a plugin page, where we cloned one of the other pages, and then we added a page for people to be able to download the plugins and stuff like that. By the way, Content Nitrous is an excellent product for you to have all the extra plugins that really, they really supercharge your website, your membership site in particular. And we've got a lot of additional training on membership site secrets and things like that on here. So this really adds that thud factor to your membership site. So content, just a little plug for Content Nitrous there. But anyway, I really hope that this really helps you. This has saved us, man, just tons and tons of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes things a lot easier to do. Do you have anything you want to add?
Nope, I think you covered everything.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching this. I definitely encourage you to start doing membership sites and continuity sites because it really makes a huge difference in your business. Enjoy the skeleton, and we look forward to seeing you online. Take care.
Bye, guys.